What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I love that video. I think it's so great.
Me too. I mean, I be jamming during it. Like I'm,
The
I'm
whole
ready.
time, right? The whole time. I'm telling you, and I of course, I'm a little biased because that video was actually edited and executed by my husband, Mark, Deana Jean Images. But I just think it's dope, and it really embodies what it's been like this week for us, Ileka, in this expert series. Can you believe that we're already at day 4?
I can't believe it's day 4. This is wild, right? It's
It
going by so fast, but it's so much fun.
it is. And I mean, it's going by fast, but when I say the transformation and the amount of knowledge that has been shared, I mean, if you're watching this, and first of all, welcome to the Success Tribe Expert Series. If this is your first day, I'm Deana Jean, your Collab Queen, and I'm here with my girl, Ileka Falette. If you have been watching us and you've been with us here days 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, just put a me inside of the chat because you've been getting these amazing gems. We've had speakers that are coming in to really help you understand how to bring more ease and abundance to your business. And there's been so much good information. Now I'm gonna put you on the spot, Ileka. I want what so far has been like the most impactful session for you. Now, I know we're not going to play favorites. We've had so many awesome sessions. Which one for you so far has been the most impactful?
Let me think. For me, I think it was Sarah Khan when she talked about working from 10 to 2:30 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday. Like that's game changing because it's super intentional and it lives into ease and abundance. Right?
Yes, yes. Sarah is awesome. She's based in Canada and she's your chief ease officer. Sarah was there with us. That was day 2.
Yep, that was day 2. Yep.
She's the host on that day, and she had that first session. So shout out to Sarah Khan. I love that. I thought that was so amazing to be able to hear. It was just dope. For me, let me tell you who got me. Dr. Rhonda got me.
I was going to say, Dr. Rhonda was about to be my next one.
Dr. Rhonda got me, and Dr. Rhonda thinks she's slick because Dr. Rhonda she must have my house bug. She must be in my car because when I tell you that I have been sitting on this book for girl. Dr. Rhonda, she just called me all out upside down, y'all. Dr. Rhonda is the founder of Soul Scribe. And she helps you to be able to take your life experience and create it into a book, a memoir, a resource that's going to get you paid to speak. And you can take that $20 book and create that $25,000 opportunity, that $200,000 opportunity. And when she was talking about how a lot of times you're not starting because you feel like it's going to take too much time, when she said you could get it done in 4 months.
Yep. Right. That's game. You could. So basically, by what, August? Right?
My birthday is August 27th. You telling me I could have a launch party for my birthday? That's what you're telling me?
Exactly. That's what we hearing. And it's like, and turn it into $200,000 opportunities. This is a game changer. I mean, I think she snatched all our edges right up.
I was like, Dr. Rhonda, why you? She'll even tell you. I sent her a Voxer message. I was like, Dr. Rhonda, next time you're gonna talk about me, don't make sure you say my name. Say my name.
Right. Exactly.
Don't just be talking about me, right?
Right.
But it's been so great because the information that has been shared has been amazing. So let us know where you're coming in from. So we got our girl Danielle Fisher. What's going on, Danielle, from the DMV area? I know Danielle. We also have a Facebook user here. I'm not sure who that is. A fire emoji. I'm thinking maybe it's Doug. It could be Chanel. Sometimes they both show up without their name. So let us know who you are with the fire emoji. They also said Rhonda Thompson Alexander is the fire. I think this is Doug. I think this is
I know, right? But he's right. Rhonda brought the fire for real.
Oh, you said it was Chanel. See, I said Doug or Chanel. Look. I said one of them, and then I went with Doug, and it was Chanel. It was Chanel. Somebody says, hey, they're happy to be here. Hey, Dan, so we're so glad that you are here. Danielle's like, get it right. That was Chanel. And she said, why my name don't show up? I don't know, Chanel.
No. Yours is all of a sudden it broke.
Look,
Just like
and
to get
she's
you.
meta verified. She one of the meta
Right.
people.
Exactly.
She should be showing
They
up.
should be showing her up first. She should
Right.
show
They
up
should be showing her up first. She should have all the things. She verified it, everything. But this has just been such an awesome opportunity to really help people understand how to embrace this ease. Now you can have abundance with
Mhm.
the ease. And today is no different. So today I am your host. I'm super excited because I'm an MC.
Yeah.
So I've been waiting for my shot because
Right.
Ileka get up there and Ileka be doing her thing. I'm like, yeah, all right, me too. So I
Right.
can't let Ileka show
Mhm.
me up. So I'm here. I'm your host for today. Really excited about that. Then we have Dora Rankin, who is here today. She's
Yes.
going to be talking about the heart cell. Y'all put
Ooh,
Dora in the chat. That's going to be great. She's a powerhouse.
it's gonna be amazing. I mean, this is a different way of selling, right? It's
She's
standing out separate. It's different, you
Yeah,
know?
it's different. And she has a
Yeah.
book. She has a book
Mhm.
that she's launching. So she's going to
Ooh.
be talking about that here. And then Dora is also she is a certified Hello 7 coach.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
she is one of the Rachel Rogers
Yeah.
program, We Should All Be
Mhm.
Millionaires. They
Yeah.
have these coaches and the certification program. So she coaches a bunch of entrepreneurs through
Mhm.
that as well. So she is great. And
Yeah.
then we also have today our
Yes.
OBD with OCD, my
Woo-hoo.
girl Crystal.
Yes.
Crystal is going to be here today. I am so excited about
Cannot wait.
that.
Mm.
So that's going to be super duper dope. And then
And
Alika,
are we
you
telling
going to
about
give
the
us,
other thing? I was gonna say, are we telling about the other thing we having today?
I was going to say, Ali, are you going to give us a little? Oh, well, we got
Oh,
one more
we
thing happening today.
yeah.
That y'all know I don't like to talk about stuff, but
Um,
Doug is going to be here today.
yes.
And me
Today.
and Doug
Mhm.
are gonna be talking. Now, I'm gonna
Yes.
tell y'all right now, if y'all know Doug the Hug, put a Doug in the chat.
Mhm.
You don't ever know what's gonna come out with Doug. Just be ready because you don't know if you're
Mhm.
gonna laugh when Doug comes out. You don't know if he's gonna have you crying. I
Crying.
mean,
Right. Right.
Doug
Might
will
be
have
in
you
tears.
sitting there just convulsing. You like, how did this all come out? I don't
Right.
understand.
What
So,
happened?
what happened today? What happened
Like,
today?
how did we get here?
What happened, Doug? Doug just like sit on the couch. It's all right.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I'm excited to be able to chat with Doug today.
Yeah.
And hey, Allison from Colorado. We're so glad that
Mhm.
you are here, Allison, for the series.
Yes.
Talk to us, Allison. Let us know in the chat. Are you looking? You got to choose one. Are you looking to focus more on ease right now, or are you looking for more strategies around abundance? We know we're gonna have both,
Ooh.
but tell us
Right.
which one you're looking for: ease or abundance.
Mhm.
Dora, yes, yes, yes. Danielle says yes. Crystal, you know when Crystal is
Yeah.
coming.
When Crystal is coming through, we about to get it. We about to get it
We
because
about to get
she's
it
gonna pop out.
all the way
She-
in. Yes, and then we got Doug coming up. So y'all are blowing up the chat today. Thank y'all so much for that.
right.
So I'm gonna talk to y'all a little
Yeah.
bit. Because I think it's important. Yesterday we talked about
Mhm.
Ileka,
Mhm.
the three ways or the three things that you can do to make collaborations easier for you.
Yes.
Right? Today I want to dig in a little bit more into understanding the who behind it, right? Like,
Mhm.
okay, I want to make collaborations easier, but
Mm.
how do I find the people that are going to match? Because I got a lot of DMs yesterday when we
Mhm.
were talking about me and you and our
Yeah.
collaboration strategy. And
Mhm.
I'm saying, okay, I
Yeah.
get the goals, gifts, and gaps piece, but how do you fill in those gaps? How do you figure out where the gaps are, who the gaps are from? So we're going to talk a little bit about that for a few
Yes.
minutes today.
And
Um,
that's super important when we're going into that because many times we're looking at the okay, here's what I want, here's what I want. But many times the who is just as important as the what,
it's
right? Because it's got to lean in and those personalities got to mesh and those, what each person's bringing to the table gets to align, right?
important.
In that right way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's going to be great. I'm excited to jump into it. I'm going to give you
Yeah.
a hot 10 minutes. And then we are going to get ready for Dora. So if y'all are ready for the who, go ahead and put a who in the chat. I'm going to let Ileka
Yeah.
drop down and
Now,
we're going
let
to
me
talk
put my
about the
thing.
who.
See y'all.
See y'all. All right, all right, all right. So drop a 1 in the chat if you are right now in a space where you are really and truly committed to collaboration in your business. Drop a 1 in the chat. If you are committed to collaboration in your business to create more ease, or if you're in it to create more abundance, just go ahead and drop a 1 inside of the chat. And if you're here, I'm pretty sure that is the position that you are in. And we're starting to get some of the ones popping in. That's good, right? But a lot of times you can go into a situation where you know exactly what you want to collaborate on. But then it's about figuring out who it is that you want to collaborate with. Who are the people that you want to be able to connect to? Because collaboration is an important intricacy. At the end of the day, people collaborate with people that they know, like, and trust. So, in order to be able to figure out the who, you got to figure out who you know, like, and trust. So, I'm going to give you 3 different types of people that you can be collaborating with today. And hopefully, it'll get you a little further, a little faster. Now that you got your what, we're going to give you a little bit more of the who. Thank you so much, Allison. Allison says she's ready with the 1. All right. So, the first type of folks that you want to collaborate with, are connectors. You want to collaborate with connectors. So many times we'll go into collaboration and I'll ask people, hey, I'm on a collab chat or I'm in one of our 3G collab sessions. And I'll say, hey, who can I connect you to? Who would you like to collaborate with? And 70% of the time, through no fault of their own, what people give me is they give me their ideal client. They say, I'm a bookkeeper and I want to connect with coaches, consultants, and speakers who want to take better control of their finances and their cash flow, right? And that's cool because we do have some element of collaboration with our clients, but it's also important to realize that everybody is not going to be your client. And that if the only way that you're engaging with people is to actually see them through a client lens, then it's going to make it very difficult for people to know, like, and trust you as a collaborator. So start with connectors. Connectors are going to be people who are looking to always find opportunities to bring other people together. Bringing other people together. So we're going to go with the same example that we've been using before, which is launching this expert series and this collaboration that Ileka and I have with the other coaches that we worked with. Yes, we definitely wanted to make sure that we collaborated with people who wanted to speak and people who wanted to attend, but we also collaborated with people who would connect us to speakers. What did that look like? That looked like collaborating with people who are leaders of groups of people that would want to speak on our stages and expand their audience. That looked like finding organizations that were specifically focused on speakers and consultants and coaches and finding opportunities to give value to those leaders so that they could connect us to other people. That meant actually going into the Success Tribe community that we have right now, our network, and asking our members to connect us to other people. When you focus on making collaborations with connectors, it makes it easier for you to be able to have another point of entry that can get you to your ideal client, the person that you really and truly are going to serve. And connectors by heart and connectors by definition love to bring people together. So instead of you approaching a connector as a person who would be your client, find a way to be able to have their personality as a connector shine through and asking them to introduce you to people that could be a good fit. So we're starting with who should you be collaborating with? Collaborate with connectors. If you want to be able to figure out how you can know who the connectors are, where to find the connectors, then you should join our Success Tribe network, because we talk about stuff like that all the time, where connectors are. We do those in our collab sessions, we do those in our think tanks. So, and that's actually a place where you can find connectors as well as join the Success Tribe network. So this is the first type of person that you want to be connecting with. Cool. All right. If you're going to be looking for connectors this week, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. The second type of person that you are going to be looking for when you're looking to collaborate is you want to look for people who are going to be champions for you. Champions are so important because champions are really the people that are going to elevate your name in spaces where you aren't. So remember, we're talking about ease and abundance in this series. There's no easier way to get the word out about the work that you do and how you want to partner than to have champions. Folks who are willing to say your name, folks who are willing to share out your post, folks who are willing to share your information with their audience. We partnered with an awesome champion. We partnered with a number of awesome champions, but one of the champions that we partnered with for this expert series was Shashina Gibbs. Shashina Gibbs is the leader and the founder of the Real Sisters Rising Women in Business Association, and she is a powerhouse. She was so gracious to not only have us come into her group and to champion us in her group by having us speak and telling people that they should connect with us, but in addition to that, she championed us by sending out information about this expert series to her newsletter and her email list. So Shashina herself didn't speak, but Shashina sent the information to her people, and guess what happened? We have somebody from Shashina's network, Lena, who actually got that email and took action, and she's a speaker. You're going to get to hear from her tomorrow. Shashina also has members that have joined in and that are streaming right now because of the fact that she championed us, and Shashina is also streaming as well. When you find champions, these are people who really and truly are just focused on elevating others. They just love to be able to really make sure that other people's names are being elevated in spaces. So important to be connected to champions because they are folks who help you to build trust and credibility without you really having to say much. So if you're saying, who should I think about collaborating with aside from connectors? Think about the champions in your life. Think about the people who would be willing to share one of your posts. Think about people who would be willing to host you in their community and to vouch for you. Think about people who would be willing to send an email out on your behalf. They're not necessarily making a direct connection to someone and making a direct introduction, but what they're doing is they are lending their name and their brand and their credibility to you and your visibility. Champions are all about helping other people win. I love being a champion. So if you're looking to collaborate with a champion around a project or something that you're focused on this year, then connect with me because I would love to see how I can help to champion the amazing work that you are doing in this world as a thought leader and an expert. All right. So we got the first two out of the way. Somebody put champion in the chat for me so that I can know that you are still, you can just put champ in the chat so that I can know that y'all are still here with us. If you're just joining, you're joining us for day 4 of the Success Tribe Expert Series. And I am giving you just a little bit of strategy as your collab queen. I'm giving you a little bit of strategy around the who when it comes to collaboration. Why? Because collaboration is one of the best ways to create abundance in your business with ease. Without our champions, Ileka and I would not have had the turnout. Many of y'all would not be here right now. And the great part about it is that your champions don't expire because they will continue to send people to you, not just for one project, but for other projects as well. So you want to make sure that you are finding champions to to collaborate with as well. And then the final piece is that you want to find like true collaborators. We call those power partners. So you want to collaborate with people who are serving the same folks that you serve, but maybe serving them a little bit differently. Maybe they are the person that your people go to before they come to you. Maybe they are people that you graduate your folks to. This is important because this is when you really get into that collaboration piece where you get to do joint events together, where you get to be referral partners together. A great example of a collaborator for me, even aside from Ileka, who's like the ultimate collaborator, is Chanel Evans. Chanel and Fire Savvy are strong collaborators of the Success Tribe Network. Me, Chanel, and Donna always are looking for opportunities to create collaboration. How can we add value to what one another is doing, right? When you find collaborators, it makes it very easy for you to now step into that ease because you don't have to feel like you have to be the one doing all of the things. When you have true collaborators, you can talk to a client who's not ready to work with you yet and feel confident in being able to connect them to one of your collaborators and knowing that they're going to transfer that person right back over to you when they're ready. And then it also creates a pipeline for you because when you have true collaborators, when they have people who aren't ready for them yet, or when they have people who are graduating from their services, and guess what? You're next up. All of these relationships and these connections take time, they take effort, they take energy. It's important to remember that collaborations are not a microwave situation. Microwave collaborations are going to get you microwave results. So microwave is cool if you want to grab a snack, if you want to get something real quick. But after a while, it's going to get cold, whatever you put in the microwave, right? So you want to make sure that when you're thinking about collaborations, that you're not thinking in a microwave mentality. How can you build relationships that are going to take you further and faster and make it easier for you to get to your goals? So what have we been talking about? We've been talking about 3 aspects of the who when it comes to collaboration. All right. I gave you 3 different types of people that you can collaborate with. As a recap, first type of person is going to be connectors. You want to collaborate with people that want to make connections. So if you're watching this right now and you know somebody who is a connector, every time you see them, they're making connections. They are making sure that people are put together. Tag that person, tag their name down there because we want to know them because they're the plug, right? Everybody wants to know and be connected to the connector. So put that person's name in the chat and tag them. The second type of person that we talked about are champions. These are your cheerleaders. These are the people that are going to make sure that there is longevity to your visibility. They're going to make sure that expansion of your visibility. They are the people that no matter what, you know what it is that they like. You know what it is that they are using. Champions are awesome, right? Renee Ventrese is a really good example of a champion. If Renee is on your team, let me tell you something. You're gonna do all right? So tag the name here of a champion that you know, your favorite champion. You're like, yo, everybody need to know because let me tell you, if you need something promoted, if you need somebody to talk about what you do and to get it in front of more people, then you want to connect with this person. And then remember, the final type of person is a collaborator. This is like your biz buddy. This is a person where you 10 toes down. Y'all going up together. Okay. If they rocking, you rolling. If you have an event, you know that person is gonna be there and they probably on the panel. They probably sponsoring because y'all rock hard for each other. I mean, that's the consummate type of person that you want to be able to collaborate with because a lot of times they fill all 3 of those roles as well. So when I think about people that for me are like those true collaborators, I think about people like, of course, the Ileka Falette. I think about Chanel Evans for me. I think about Crystal Vasquez for me. I think about my brother Greg, right? Those are my true collaborators. Those are the people Now I'm gonna be down for that. Whatever they doing, I'm like, yo, what we doing? Let's go, right? Because I know that we can create magic together. So tag your most favorite collaborator in the chat. And if you yourself are saying, all right, that all sounds good, Deanna. But how do I even figure out like which one I am, who I am? What are the qualities that I share and that I possess that make me a good collaborator so that I can be somebody else's who? Then you're in luck. Because my gift for you for this little mini session is I want you to go to thecollabquiz.com so that you can find your collab persona so that you could be the who for somebody else. When you go to thecollabquiz.com, it's a free quiz that you can take that allows for you to be able to know what your strongest qualities are as a collaborator. That's my free gift to you. I hope that this was helpful. We're going to bring Ileka back up so that we can go ahead and start to introduce our next speaker. And we are good to go. Hey!
Hello, hello.
What's
Yes.
going on?
Got to get in there. I love that, Deanna, because that's super important. Like the different types of collaborators and understanding, or which one you are in those spaces: the champion, the connector, or the collaborator. Game changer.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? Like we
Mhm.
have to know what we're looking for in order to be able to really execute collaboration. Understanding and having clarity around your who, your what,
Mhm.
and your why when it comes to collaboration. Once you have clarity around those things, they flow. They flow
Exactly.
real easily, right?
Mhm.
But people got to realize it doesn't happen overnight. So
Right.
for me and you, like we're doing this collaboration right now, we're executing it, we're killing
Mhm.
it, we're doing it. This has been a year and a half,
Right.
2 years coming.
Yeah.
We done been in mansions for days together.
Exactly.
We done traded
Multiple
a lot of
times.
boxes.
Yeah.
You know what
For
I
a year and
mean?
a half, and that's why it gets to work, right?
That's why we get to work.
Most times people are jumping in like, "Ooh, we about to set up this collab and create a multi-million-dollar company out of this collab, and we just met 2 days ago."
It's like, let's do
Like
it. Like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. But it's important to be able to have experts in your corner. And that's
Yeah,
why I'm so excited
about
about
our
our next speaker. She is newer to our universe and ecosystem
Mhm,
formally, but I've been seeing Dora in these streets for a minute. And I have to
mhm.
tell you what I love most about Dora in the short time that we've known each other is that she really has a passion for what she does.
Yes.
She's a true expert in
Mhm,
her area of in her area, her skill area, and she's an
mhm.
action taker. If she sees something that she wants, if she sees something that's going to be valuable to her, she takes action because she realizes that in order for things to be easy for you, you have to be
Mhm.
ready to take action. So, y'all, go ahead and give some love in the chat. We're bringing up Dora. Hey, Dora Rankin is here. Y'all give
Hello.
love. Hey, Dora. How are you? Oh, we can't hear
Oh,
you.
yeah, I'm mute. How did you get on? Oh, let me
I
yeah,
just had myself on mute. Hi, ladies. Hello.
hello.
Hello, hello, hello. We're so glad you're here. How are you?
Good, good. Nice to see you both.
It is so good to see you as well. You're getting some love in the chat. People saying, hey, Dora.
Yes.
We're thrilled that you are here to talk to us today about the heart cell. I'm
Mhm.
excited about this session because, those are two words that don't always go together.
Don't
Heart and
no,
soul.
don't always. I would say don't always or has never. Those
Pick one, right? But as a someone who has a professional background in sales myself,
Mhm.
I have to say, Dora, I am very, very intentional about folks that we bring to our community and our
Mhm.
network to talk about sales
Yeah.
Yeah,
because everybody is not it.
No.
exactly.
And who they perceive themselves or who they want people to believe that they are. So I'm just really excited for folks to be able to hear more from you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you go ahead and take the stage. Give us your 20 minutes around the heart cell. And I'm sure that we're going to have some folks in the chat that are ready to hear from you too.
Sure.
Blown up.
Great.
Yes.
Thank
All
you.
right. You
All
said
right.
Thank
See ya.
you. So, so everyone, it's so funny because what was just mentioned is we are really specific about who we bring in to talk about sales, because many times it's not heart in front of it. It's things like gross, gross. So I hope all of you enjoy this session today. So just to give you a quick introduction, hi. So a quick introduction. My name is Dora Rankin. I am the founder of the Heart Cell. Some people like to call me a fractional CEO. I work with you on the entire roadmap of your business. And then I also do a lot of sales training. I was a sales trainer and also built startups for about 20 years inside the finance world. And over the last 4 years, I have been full-time business coaching and working with women founders. But today I'm going to talk with you about the Heart Cell. The Heart Cell is a book that's coming out later in 2024, and it's also a method. So here's the thing. People come to me and they say this frequently. Have you ever said the words, I'm just going to burn it all down? I'm going to burn it all down. Have you ever said that? Have you ever has that ever been a season or a place that you're in? And when you're in that spot of feeling like you're going to burn it all down, the last thing you're feeling is ease and abundance. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about like what happens when you burn it all down or you're feeling that way, and then when you're going to rebloom and what it looks like to implement sales and marketing, a sales and marketing plan into your day-to-day business, where you feel really good about it and you feel like it's very easy and simplified. So, question. We're going to define some things. So first question is, if you were to define the word sales, how would you define it? So what do you think the definition of sales is? And go ahead, if you're in the chat, go ahead and put it in the chat. And then the second question is, what do you think the definition of marketing is? So today I want to define the definition of sales and marketing. And then I want to give you and deliver to you, beyond defining, how you can start today putting and implementing sales and marketing into your business within a new light. Like I mentioned, so many people come to me after years of doing things a certain way and being frustrated, feeling like they're going to burn it all the way down, feeling like everything that they're doing isn't working, and they're not feeling ease, and they're definitely not living in abundance. So first step is, let's define it. What is the definition of sales? The simplest definition of sales is how you find your people. So definition of sales is how you find your people, how you find your buyers. Okay. And the simplest definition of marketing is how your people, how your buyers find you. So marketing is how people find you, and sales is how you find your people. And what happens is we spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to get people to find us. We spend 80% of our time on marketing, and we're not spending nearly enough time on finding our people, on doing sales. Sometimes we aren't doing it at all. We don't even have a sales process. We don't even have a sales strategy. We're solely spending all of our time trying to figure out the right marketing that's going to get us to our revenue goals, to get us to our business goals. So if you find yourself there and you're like, am I even doing the right things? Understand first the definition. So now that we understand the definition, that marketing is how people find you, and that sales is how you find your people, now we need to understand, what are the right activities? What are the things that we should actually be doing? So let's do that. Let's go ahead. So sales is how you find your people. That is called outbound work. That's putting together a process, putting together activities that you're going to do weekly that produce sales, outbound work. Marketing is inbound work. It's how people find you. So marketing is putting together activities for people to actually find you. So if you're writing this all down right now, you'd want to make 2 columns. And on the right-hand column, you would write inbound. And on the left-hand column, you would write outbound, sales, marketing. And so what are those things that make up inbound? And what are those things that make up outbound? Inbound is reactive. Inbound means that you are doing things and you're waiting for people to come to you. So it's reactive. Sales, outbound, is proactive. It's how you're going and you're finding your people, right? You're going and you're doing it right then and there. You're going and finding them. It's proactive. Inbound, reactive. So if you have these 2 columns right here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put together your little plan, and you're going to get to pick what you get to do under sales and under marketing. So on the right-hand side, we have inbound. That's everything marketing related. So all the things that you're doing inbound, let's just like build the list. So on the list, it would be your lead magnet. It would be your SEO. It would be your newsletter, your website, potentially ads, your copy, your content, your social media. Those are all considered inbound. Those are all considered your marketing. And so when you look at that list, what are the things that you're doing to get people to find you? Okay. And then on the other side, I'd love to know what you're doing too on both sides. And on the other side of the, on the outbound, here's the list of outbound. Outbound would be, what outbound am I doing to my ideal client profile? Am I reaching out to them? Am I sending them direct messages? How am I positioning outbound to my buyer? The second outbound would be partnership development. So straight to Deana, what are we doing around all of our collaborations? And instead of focusing on, can I get just word of mouth? What is the actual strategy? How many groups are you joining? How many collaboration calls are you having a week? Literally putting strategy where you can get predictable sales around your partnerships. So the definition of partner is working with someone that has your same audience, but they do something different. So you're seeing it right now live in action, a really strong strategic partnership where 2 women come together. They both have a different, they both do a different thing, but they have the same audience and they're building their business, right? The third is your ecosystem. So your ecosystem, what are you doing outbound to your ecosystem every single week? As you're planning this out, inbound and outbound, sales and marketing, you're planning this out for what you're doing weekly around both areas. So your ecosystem is just this. It's a partnership only to the masses. So where are you going where there's organizations, associations, companies, podcasts, places where your audience is at the masses and you're going and showing up there. So this is all considered outbound work. Where are you spending your time? So if you want to make it easy on yourself, if you want to bring ease and abundance to your business versus feeling like you're going to burn it all down, where are you spending your time? Are you spending most of your time on that inbound side where most people are spending it and you're not seeing the result? That is because there are only, in my 25 years of teaching sales and building businesses and helping people get their growth plans on track, this has not changed. It has been a longevity. It has not changed. Over 25 years, there's only 4 ways that you get a sale, period. There's only 4 ways. The very first way is through direct outreach to your buyer, connecting literally one-to-one with your buyer. So the more you know who your buyer is, the better. The second is through direct referral and putting strategy around that. It's not just word of mouth. The third is through your ecosystem, knowing that there's enough people around you and a big enough audience around you where they're going to refer, where you are the authority. And then the fourth is how your inbound marketing is nurturing your sales process. So marketing alone is not the sales process. So if you're relying on the lead magnet to be your sales process, that's like sitting on your hands and waiting for it to work. So finally, the last thing I'll share with you before we hop back in, and if there's questions, is that there is a formula for all of this. There's a formula for your sales, for your marketing, and it's the simplest formula that will bring you ease, trust me. Of everything that you're doing during the week to drive sales on both your inbound and your outbound needs to follow this one formula. And I teach all of this inside the Heart Cell. So this one formula is called the Q times Q equals R formula. The first Q stands for a quality audience. And a quality audience means that you know who your buyer is. You know who you're targeting. You know who needs what you are delivering. And so if you're just shooting your shot out there to the masses and you don't really know who your audience is, then you're going to stay on that hamster wheel. You're going to end up wanting to burn it all down. The second, so Q times, the second Q is quantity. That Q stands for, do you have enough volume? So if you come to me and say, I just had a launch and I didn't sell anything, but I also didn't have any sales calls and I only have 40 people on my newsletter, that's not enough volume, especially if you have a cold audience. So the second Q is, do I have a big enough audience? And then equals R. Equals R is the result. Am I measuring the data? Can I see from what I'm doing what the outcome is? So inside the Heart Cell, I teach you the 4 ways that you get sales. I teach you the Q times Q equals R formula. I teach you the skill set on how to actually go out. Everyone says, like, I just got to get out there. Well, what does that actually mean? How do you actually get out there with skill set, with strategy, with confidence, knowing that you're going to get the results that you want? So many of us hide behind marketing, hoping that it's going to be our sales process. So inside the Heart Cell, I teach you what that actually is so you can convert. These are methods that I've taught for many, many years, but it goes way beyond what's online right now. And what you're seeing online right now is a trend. And you think about the trend. Think about back in the day, we used to be up at 2 a.m. watching infomercials. And that infomercial would be so exciting. Oh my gosh, I have to have this really cool little vacuum. And we would go and we would buy that. Well, that was 20 years or 30 years ago when that's what we watched on TV. Now we're watching the same type of infomercials, but we're watching them on TikTok and on Instagram, and we're going and we're buying it. And we're hoping that that thing is going to be the answer to the growth of our business. And that's when I get the person after they go through that, they come to me and say, can you teach me the real way? Can you show me the real way on how you actually build a business? And having a really thorough sales process is one of those really key pieces. The heart sale is coming. The book is coming the end of this year, so by fall. But in the meantime, I'm teaching the heart sale inside my heart sale method. It's a live course that I teach, and it starts April 9th. So if you'd like to join, there is an affiliate. We're giving $100 off, or yes, $300 off to you when you join. So the link will be put somewhere. And if you have questions about it, I'd love to talk with any of you. So I think I'm done. My 20 minutes is up. I tried to stay on time. I'm not sure if we take questions or what we do.
Hey, listen, I love that. First of all, I love that you focused on the time and you were efficient with your time. So thank you so much for that. And I love how tangible the information that you gave was, and also that delineation between sales and marketing. That was a really great way to think about it. What do you think, Ileka?
Yeah, I mean, it was really, really cool because it was broken down so simply, right? And it felt like, you know what? This is something we can all be doing, right? It's something that it's feasible, right? It's tangible and it can actually happen versus sometimes you hear a bunch of stuff, right? A bunch of strategy and it feels like that, right? It feels like you can literally feel it. You feel your hands, you feel everything moving. But in this space, it's like, you know what? If you look at it as people, those how they find you versus how they join your program, like game changer. People were saying, we're seeing some comments, eye-opening, very informative. Q times Q equals R, focus that's doable, like doable, right?
I love it. I love it. I love it. So how does someone know, Dora, when they're ready for the heart sale?
When they're ready for the heart sale. So typically you have an offer. So you have an offer, you have a flagship, you have a framework, right? You have that. You're ready to figure out how to sell it, or you have tried all the things.
All the things.
You tried the launch, you tried the online funnel. You're like, why isn't this working? I hear that so often. Like, why isn't this working? That's typically when you need to build in a sales process to your business.
Okay. I love that. Y'all text day 4. So day 4 is the code where you're going to get access to this amazing offer from Dora, 718-550-8706. And Dora, tell us again, when people text that number, what do they get from you?
When they text the number, they get the sign up for the heart sale, which is a live course that starts April 9th. It runs for the whole month. It's very high touch. It's very intensive. I'm the one teaching it, so it's not self-paced, but you do get it for a lifetime. And this, if you liked what you saw today, this tiny little piece of 20 minutes, it's the same thing, only spread out over an entire month. And it's $697. $697 is the price point.
That's great. And you get lifetime access.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're teaching it live. It's not like a webinar situation where
Right. So you actually get some coaching in there too, because you're getting taught live. You can come in and get some customized coaching.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, y'all. That's a steal. Of course, only, you're only going to get stuff like this here.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, private clients pay me $30,000. So you go. You're more than welcome to come in as a private client too.
She's like, I will not dissuade you from coming at the $30,000 level.
Right.
That was true, right? And if you think about it, when you think about the heart sale and think about, for you, if you're having a challenge right now with selling and connecting to it at a heart level, how much money are you losing? I guarantee you it's more than $697. If you meet Dora's qualifications, which are having an offer, right? And like having a product suite. So why? Like, this is a complete no-brainer. And again, this is not a DIY. Like, she's actually, you get a little bit of coaching in there too with her. So definitely text 718, text day 4 to 718 560-8760.
Wait, 718-550.
550. I'm like, you see me looking at it, right? 550. 8706, and you'll be able to connect to Dora around the heart sale. Dora, we are here because we're all about collaboration. And it's great because people are going to get to hear from you in the collab sessions. You were in our last one, so you'll be attending the next couple.
Yeah.
What types of collaborations are you looking for, Dora?
Ooh, well, you know what collaborations I'm looking for.
I do. You got to tell the people,
Right.
though. I know, but we got a whole bunch of people here.
Yes. So I love retreats. I love to attend retreats. I love to speak at retreats. Last year around this time, I went on my very first retreat with, some of you might know Chelsea Sanders, but she held this retreat in Paris, and I was addicted. Right after that, it was like, oh, but I found that because I do a lot of one-on-one work, and it's like my heart. I like to attend retreats because they do have that smaller, instead of attending those big trade shows and conferences, there are thousands of people. Retreats are 10 to 20 people.
Intimate.
I love to collab in
yes.
that.
Listen, we were trying to get Dora in Jamaica. It was too short notice. But Dora, you got to come with us in October.
October is it? Yes.
You got to come with us in October. And y'all, super ultra early bird. Not just ultra, super ultra early bird for the October retreat opens up on Friday. So y'all know I love a good fast action bonus. You are not going to want to miss this bonus. Block off October 14th to 18th. If you're like, I know I need to be in the place, make sure that you are on our list. So if you're joining today and you can hear us and you can see us, that means that you're on the list. Be ready on Friday. So we got some influencers already that are already in there.
Right. You know I'm going. You know I'm going.
Right. So the way that we work is that the influencers, they already in. So you got, the Ileka Falette Chanel is going to be there because she's an influencer already. Kim Graham is going to be there. Dr. Rhonda is going to be there. So we have some influencers that are in already. But if you're not an influencer and you're like, I need to be there in October, Friday. All right. Dora, we are so glad that you were here. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all show some love to Dora Rankin. Connect with her around the heart cell. And we can't wait to see you in our next 3G session, Dora.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies.
Have a good one. That was so great.
That was so great. It just makes you think about, because when folks are selling, something that we talk about, and I think Dora mentioned this, is if it's not connected here, it shows in the offer, right? And when that shows in the offer, the person that you're offering it to, the audience you're offering it to, can feel it. And so then you're wondering why things aren't converting there.
Yeah. Chanel was talking about the other day, we were inside of a session for Fire Savvy, and she was talking about how, people smell desperation on you. Right? Like, and we all get to those points where like we're having bad days, or like we've heard a lot of no's, or we just feel like we're in lack at that moment. Like we all go through that, right? What's important though is that you don't project that into your messaging, right? That you don't project that into the way that you're engaging with people and how you're serving people. So when you have somebody like Dora who talks about how to really connect what you're doing to the heart, I think it's really important, especially in an industry like sales.
Right, exactly. And to get in at that no-brainer price is like game changer. So if you have not already, go ahead and text day 4 to 718-550-8706 so you can get the Dora's offer as well as Deanna's offer and the other offers that come through today. I mean, you're going to hear from Crystal. We got some major things coming. So text that number so you get in there, right?
Right, exactly, because these are exclusive offers. And if you're looking at this and you're like, oh my God, it's day 4. What did I miss? What happened? Like we told y'all to be here on time, right? Like we told y'all to get here the first day. But if for some reason you did not, as long as you went to successtribeexpertseries.com and actually registered, right? So like put your email in, put your phone number in. Guess what? You're going to be able to stream this through the end of next week, all 5 days. All 5 days within our communities.
Exactly.
So do that. All right.
So get in there, successtribeexpertseries.com, so you can do that for sure.
So
Because
you
there
can
are
do it
people
for
watching
sure.
on YouTube right now, just like, oh, I'm just enjoying this. Girl, you missed day 1, day 2,
You missed 3
and day
whole
3.
days.
Imagine what you missed in those other 3 days, right? Game
Absolutely.
changer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Danielle said,
Listen.
I've been here every day.
Yeah,
Danielle's
Danielle's like, listen, I watch the replay. Danielle and Tracy every day. They're like, hey, I can't be there, but I'm gonna catch the replay.
yep,
I mean,
exactly.
this is y'all. This is $1 million information. Like, you take these strategies.
Mhm.
Think about the fact that we've had 4 experts every day for 5 days. That's 20 experts, right?
Exactly.
You take one strategy from each of these people, 20 new strategies, and each person is giving you 3 steps, 60 steps.
Right.
What happens if you implement 2?
Exactly. Where are
Right?
you a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now,
Yeah.
by implementing these amazing strategies?
Right.
I mean,
Well, Dr.
or you
Ron
can
already
just
told us, we having a launch party. So, I mean, that's one place you could be having a
August
launch party
27th,
for your book.
right? Mhm.
Yeah, so
So,
I'm excited about it. And I know a lot of people looking at it like, yo, they're having a lot of fun. Yo, this is what we do in the Success Tribe. This is how we roll. We bring ease and abundance to everything that we do. We're all part of
mhm,
this amazing network, the Success Tribe network together. And
mhm,
it's the type of thing where I feel like you really have to experience in order to appreciate. So
mhm,
we're giving you the opportunity, if you're not part of the Success Tribe network yet, to join us for a guest pass. You can
mhm,
go to goalsgivesgaps.com. If you're on our email list, you'll see all that information. But I also wanted y'all to get a little bit of insight into me, because I think it's important
mhm.
to understand why and how behind the network.
Yeah.
And that's why we have brought in our good friend. I like to say it's about me, but y'all, this is all about Doug.
Right.
Hey, Deanna. Hey, Ileka.
Yay,
Give
Doug.
it up for our guy, Doug the Hug. Doug Stanley, y'all show some love
Aw,
in
thank
the
you so much,
chat.
ladies.
Hey,
Yes.
Doug.
We see it in the chat already.
Look,
Doug.
Doug. These people, we were like, oh, look at all the people that came today. They're here to see Doug.
Yeah.
They're here to see Doug. That's fine. That's
Oh, I am
fine.
so excited. You two are crushing it, by the way. And honestly, I am so excited because every single day it's like, are you serious? Like, these nuggets, people get this information for free? Come on now. I mean, this is amazing. So thank you for what you're doing.
We're so glad
Yeah.
that you are here, Doug. Y'all, if you don't know Doug, Doug is just, first of all, a tremendous human being. But Doug is part of our Fire fam, our Fire Savvy family. So, we're all about collaborations in the Success Tribe network. So we have critical collab partners like the Ileka Falettes of the world, and also like Fire Savvy, Fire Fam, which is a business, sales, and marketing advisory for agency owners, coaches, consultants who really and truly are ready to take things to the next level in their businesses. And Doug is the client concierge, the mindset expert inside of Fire Fam. And he is just all of the things. And we're so glad that he's here today. And Doug is going to interview me today. We're going to chat a little bit. So, Ileka, we're going to let you be in the back. I know Ileka going to be taking notes. She loves stuff like this.
I'm going to pop down. I'm so excited about this. I've been waiting for this, y'all. I've been telling people 1:00 today, right? Make sure you're here, because Doug is going to be interviewing Deanna, and it is good. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, be here. Like, if y'all got these 30 minutes, y'all better block them out. Turn your phone on do not disturb so you can catch these gems, because this is incredible. I'm so excited about this. So I'm going to pop down and let y'all have it, because I can't wait. All right.
Yay. Thank you, Ileka.
Thanks, Ileka. All right. So, Deanna, I have been thinking about this for the last, I don't know how many days, because I'm so excited. I'm like, what am I going to ask her? And honestly, it's been like overwhelmed because there's so many things I want to ask you. And we have such a finite period of time. So I just want to know, are you ready for this?
Look, I think I'm as ready as I'm going to get. I want you to know, Doug, I trust you so much. You are the only person that I would allow to do this. Y'all, I haven't seen any questions. I don't know. I don't know where we going with it. And Doug is the only person that I would sign off on for this. So I'm ready, Doug. I'm ready.
I love this. I love this. So the first thing that I want to open up with is I just want to share with folks my first like really understanding of Deana. And it was in the mansion down in Orlando. And we're doing an Unmastermind event, one of our Fire Savvy Unmastermind events. And Deana is there. And I came out in the morning and a lot of people are eating breakfast and everything. And I see Deana working one-on-one with somebody over on the couch. And I kind of like leaned over, I was listening in a little bit, and she's explaining to this amazing woman, like, no, you're selling yourself short. You have to think about the lifetime value of the service you're offering. And I sat and I listened to you, Deana, and I'm like, oh my God, it changed my mindset right in that moment. And I'm like, here's somebody who is constantly pouring into other people, sees their value when maybe they can't even see it yet, and then is always looking for ways to magnify that and help them connect with other people. So my first question for you is like, you know, you created this amazing 3G methodology. What was going on in your world that you said to yourself, hey, something's not quite right here. We've got these amazing, brilliant people out here who could be so much more. They have so much value. There's got to be a way to leverage that and create a framework that can do that for them, that can make it easy, make it fun. So what was going on in your world that was the genesis of the 3G methodology?
Whew, great question, Doug. That's a loaded question. So the 3G methodology, goals, gifts, and gaps, in its current form as a framework was actually born during COVID, which is when a lot of ideas
Right.
were born from a lot of people. So during COVID, it was a time when my business was actually only a few months old when COVID started. And I was really thinking about, for me, because when I started my business, I was focused more on corporate consultancy work. And of course, we know during that time, that's when some of that work started to shut down. And I had to start to think for myself what I was going to do, because I was committed to the business. I was committed to telling myself that I could launch this business. I had never thought that I wanted to be an entrepreneur before. And that first 3 months showed me that it was the path that I wanted to take and that I wanted to continue to go in. And I asked myself, all right, what is it that you truly want to be able to leverage? What is your thing? And what's holding you back from actually moving forward? And what can fuel you to success? So I went back and I said, the hardest times in my life, how was I able to, in times when I felt like maybe I wasn't understood, in times when I felt a little bit of imposter syndrome, what got me through? And I thought about the idea of my gift. I thought about the clarity of my goals. And I thought about looking at gaps and actually seeing them as a superpower to leverage other people's gifts and to bring them into my ecosystem. And that's where it was born, because I saw so many people that felt stuck during the pandemic, that felt like they didn't know what path to take, that they needed to bring some order to what they were doing. And honestly, people that did not see the value in their true gift. And I saw this framework as a way to be able to help them to really understand the value of their zone of genius and really how they can bring other people along and help other people shine. So that was what was going on in my world. That was how it started. And I'm so grateful that we're still in this journey.
I love that. I love that. And you know, you're talking about like being able to see that value that people have and help them shine a light on that. I want to share a specific example. So I took the liberty to pop it into our Fire Savvy chat this morning. We have a whole back chat. We have insiders and everything. And I said, hey, I get a chance to interview Deana today. What are some things that you have gained, some wins and some things that have changed in your world since meeting Deana and being with 3G and everything? I've got a whole bunch of them here, Deana.
Oh my gosh. I saw that pop in. I was like, I'm not even going to read these because I won't be any good for the rest of the day. So I knew you were going to share them.
Yeah. Well, and because I have some questions about these, so I'm going to share a couple of these, and I would love to hear the story behind it.
Okay.
And then what was going through your mind in some of these situations that helped you see the possibilities of these collaborations.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
First one is from Teresa Noy, our radical self-love coach.
I love Teresa. Hey,
And
Teresa.
yes, and she shared that her and her biz bestie, Leslie Freelo, who is the wine connoisseur and wine expert, they had this idea to have a partnership in creating a retreat for women. And Teresa said the Sisterhood Wine Down retreat that they did together, you were the one that came up with the name, and you were the one that helped them identify their ideal client for that amazing experience. Which, by the way, if you're not familiar with the Sisterhood Wine Down retreat, Leslie and Teresa did that in January in the Poconos. It was amazing. It was sold out. They're going to do it again in September, and I think they're at 90% capacity already.
Yeah.
So back to you. When you heard about that, what goes on in your mind, Deana, when you like meet people and you hear about these ideas that you were able to come up with a name, and then you're like, oh, here's your ideal client. So help us understand what goes on in that brain of yours.
So first of all, I just want to be very clear that I cannot take credit for Teresa and Leslie's tremendous success in the Sisterhood Wine Down retreat. If you yourself are a leader, an entrepreneur, and a woman who feels like you are overwhelmed by being all the things to all the people, and you need to be able to have a retreat and a place where you can not only rest, but you can also be able to have other folks that you can lean on who are in that position, connect with Teresa and Leslie. That's the first thing that I want to say. So for me, first of all, I was just so glad that they were doing things together. And I thought about what I saw as each of their gifts when it came to the name of the actual event. And I know that Teresa is all about sisterhood. She is your sister girl, from, the way that her hair is to the way that she speaks in such a melodic and such a nurturing tone. So I knew sisterhood had to be part of it. But then we know Leslie is all about the wine, right? And she elevates things. She takes it to the next level, and she really brings such a level of sophistication to that experience. And then I thought about what they wanted folks to be able to accomplish in that retreat, which is just being able to come down, winding down. So I was like, wind. So I was like, the Sisterhood Wine Down retreat, there it is. It literally just came, and they were like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, you can have that one. I'm not even gonna trademark. I'm gonna give it to you. Y'all take it. So it's theirs. So that was that. And then when it came to the ideal client, what I did was I thought about, for me, when I was looking to fill group coaching programs, when I first started off with the Success Tribe Network, when we were coming off of Clubhouse and trying to figure out who my ideal clients were, was that I had a very specific way that I did market research. So what I did is I basically just gave them that process, that market research process, that allowed for them to be able to really go deep versus wide in conversations, so that every conversation that they had, pretty much it ensures that by the time somebody gets on the phone with you for market research, you're going to have a 70 to 80% conversion rate, because it's about understanding who people are at the top, calling them in, and really making sure that you're creating value for what you're bringing to them. So one, just looking at the qualities that they had with the name of the retreat, bringing those things together. And then the second thing was, honestly, just giving them, the knowledge and the experience and the expertise and the framework that I had for something that I had already done, and knowing that you could replicate it.
I love it. Now, for all of you that are listening, did you notice what Deana did before she answered my question? The first thing that she did was she put a shout out for Teresa and Leslie. That's just who she is, people. Okay. And you do this. You don't even know that you do this because you do it so naturally, but you're always trying to help other people shine. It's one of the most amazing things. One of the things that I love about you, Deana, is that you just do it and you don't even realize you're doing it.
Because I think, I surround myself with dope people, right? That's always my thing, is I surround myself with people that I get excited about talking about what they do and their genius. And a lot of times for me, when I've been able to go to the next level and do things really effectively, it's been because I've heard the way that somebody else introduces me. It's because I've been able to see a glimpse of how other people see me. And that's the thing that fuels me and pushes me to go further, faster, even on hard days. So that's what we endeavor to create in the Success Tribe Network. So it makes it very easy when you have people like Teresa and Leslie, because it's easy to shout them out.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's awesome. So I want to ask a question about 3G, because the collab sessions, these twice monthly on Thursday deals, I have to tell you, I didn't know what this was about. And my first time, I was a little bit nervous and I didn't realize how it worked and everything, but oh my God, I get on this thing and Greg's got the music popping and I look and everybody's dancing.
Greg's gonna make sure it's lit. He's gonna make sure.
Totally. He's amazing. And the best part, for those of you who haven't had a chance to be in a 3G collab session yet, one of my favorite parts is when Deana and Greg they get the sister brother kind of picking on each other thing going. Oh my God. That is so hilarious. That is worth the price of admission right there, folks. Okay.
Yep. Greg. So for those of you who don't know, Greg is my baby brother. I'll call him my baby brother till the day he's 88. He's 36 this year. Greg is my baby brother. And he is the host of our Success Tribe collab sessions. So he is the one that comes to bring all the energy. And it makes it really easy for me to bring people into that because they come to see him and I hang out with him. So it's good.
Yeah, I love it. And so those are actually something that I've always got highlighted on my calendar because they are so much fun. And the biggest thing that I have learned is that, sometimes that entrepreneurial journey, it can feel very lonely. And it's easy to kind of get stuck in those ruts. And when you have a chance to be a part of a group like that is just so enthusiastic and so genuine and so authentic. The thing that I love about 3G is that it's not people coming in looking for transactional things.
Right. Yeah.
It is about people who understand, like I heard you speak earlier and you said, it's not that microwave thing. It's not a miracle thing. It is a method. And it's about developing relationships. I've seen this firsthand. 2 weeks ago, I'm in a 3G session. It's me and 3 other brilliant women, and they're introducing themselves. They're using your framework. And then all of a sudden, as they're going through, I was watching this and I'm laughing out loud because I'm like, oh my God, this is how it works. One of them is a branding specialist. One of them is a messaging specialist. And the other one is all about speakers. And they're like, we all need to get on a coffee chat. And I'm like, yes, you do.
Don't you love when that happens?
They did not know who each other. It was just like, I had to step back, Deana, because I had this like, oh my God, like this is like the universe conspiring on everybody's behalf here. And it's all because of this simple framework that allows, and this is what I love about it, Deana, is that it allows people freedom within that framework where they don't have to feel icky about putting themselves out there and sharing what is your goal, what is your gift, what is your gap. And the way that you have created this safe space and the way that Greg brings in all the energy and everything, I love it. So my question for you is how did this come to be?
Wow. So how long do you have? Now I'm gonna give you the Cliff Notes version.
I'm here for all of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the Cliff Notes. So the Success Tribe Network, honestly, Doug, was born during that same time of COVID when I think that we were all craving connection. We were all craving community. We were all craving a sense of normalcy and belonging. And during that time, I popped into and started getting really engaged in an app called Clubhouse. Some of you may know Clubhouse, and it's an audio app. And during COVID was when it was getting really, it was very, very active because we couldn't go nowhere. So we was inside, right? And the thing that I loved about Clubhouse is that it allowed for people like me who are very protective of our energy. Some people call us introverts, to actually be engaged without having to feel like I had to be made up, without having to be on camera. So I would be on this audio app doing the dishes, putting the kids to bed, doing things around the house, but making true and genuine and authentic connections with people. This is where I met Chanel Evans. This is where I met Natalie Bullen. Like so many, this is where I met Ileka Falette. And on this app, we used to go into these rooms where we would network. We would talk about business goals. We would talk about all the different things that were happening. And then we would get off of these calls and people would say, hey, like, I want to have some place to go for us to stay in community. I want to have some place where I can recommend you. I want to have a place where we can be able to chat and like see each other face to face. So I decided that I was going to create a community that basically was an offshoot of an extension of Clubhouse so that we could stay in community within our groups and then actually start to build business and personal connections with one another. And the evolution of that was the Success Tribe. And then we started thinking about the goals, gifts, and gaps and had it as an event that was inside of the network. And it just kind of took off from there. And then it was in that iteration for about a year. And then I met Chanel and Donna. And they saw it. And they were like, this is great. And because they like to put the and in there.
Oh, they do, don't they? They've mastered that and.
It can be so much more powerful if you start niching down, if you make it a really boutique and really intentional opportunity for people to find vetted community. Mm-hmm. If you begin to target folks who are doing well in business and they're ready to take it to the next level by having these high value collaboration partners. Yeah. And when that one switch that we made took us from being what was already a proud, 6-figure grossing business, we tripled our revenue in 6 months.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then it led to things like the Collab International Retreat that we'll be heading out on in 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
The soon. Collab tour, all the things. So yeah, that's how it got started.
So I did not know that. And I love that story. You brought up, the collaboration with Fire Savvy. Yeah. And for those of people who may not know, co-founded by Donna St. Louis and Chanel Evans, the two brilliant women that I have a chance to work directly with. Brilliant. Yes. And Donna herself built and sold a $250 million business. She has personally sold over $1 billion in her sales career. Yes. And Chanel was in charge. She came from the corporate side and was in charge of over $3 billion in projects. And now as a social media expert is going to be representing in DC soon for the Meta convention and everything. Yes. And what people may not know is that they're going to be in Jamaica too.
They are going to be in Jamaica. So people always say, Deana, you don't talk a lot about the people that are going to be, you know why? Because first of all, I want to make sure that folks are committed to the transformation, to actually being collaborative themselves. We don't attract people to these retreats and to these events who are just going to be takers.
Right.
People are going to come in and they're going to create mutually valuable opportunities. But Chanel and Donna are key collaboration partners for me. They're my business advisors. And what I love about these retreats is that it's an opportunity for us to open up access to these amazing experts and thought leaders that you can't get one-on-one access to cheaply, right? Like these exclusive opportunities.
Okay, so you're like reading my mind right now, because the whole reason that I shared this was because it was around the concept of access.
Yeah.
Because what a lot of people, I think, try to do in entrepreneurship is they're trying to think about like, what's my next best product, or how can I, create another offer, right? And they're just kind of always in that perpetual state of trying to create the next offer, the next thing, my next funnel, and everything like that. And what they may be missing is the opportunity for a collaboration, which in my opinion is one of the fastest ways to grow and scale. And it's all about access.
That's right.
access. And I was wondering if you could speak to how the game changed for you and some of the folks who came to like Collabs International in Cancun, and what's about to happen with Jamaica, and just how that understanding of access and how that can be this amazing accelerator, and just some of the dynamics around that, what you've learned about the importance of access.
Yeah, this is great. And this goes to the lifetime value part too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's this like question that a lot of times pops up on the internet and people ask where they say, okay, would you rather have $1 million flat out or lunch with Oprah? Right? Or Jay-Z or, you know, Coach Prime, whoever your person of choice is, your influencer of choice. And there's really a big difference between the people that talk about the $1 million, right? Because of course, you know, even if you're already a millionaire, another $1 million is great, right? But that's also part of the microwave mentality that we talk about.
Right.
Is that you get that $1 million, but if you don't know how to make that $1 million grow, if you don't understand how to make that $1 million work for you, if you don't understand how to be able to elevate so that honestly, you don't experience imposter syndrome that has you blow that $1 million, then it's no good to you. But to be able to take the time to have access to folks who have been there, done that, and can actually be able to give you cheat codes, we talk about that a lot in Fires, is really invaluable. I'm big on information because at the end of the day, you can tell me what you did and I can try to replicate it, or you can create access for me and help me to understand how to model and how to really and truly implement the strategy in my own way. And that's what we do at these exclusive access events like the Collabs International events. So this one in Montego Bay is all about helping folks who are already doing well and speaking and getting paid to speak. How do you leverage your influence in smaller spaces to get onto bigger stages? How do you leverage podcasts, guest coaching opportunities to get to that next $100,000, $200,000 opportunity when it comes to speaking? So it's something that I'm excited that Donna is going to be talking to us about, that Chanel's going to be talking to us about, and I'm going to be sharing strategies around that too, because it's the way that I've built my business and my speaking career. So I'm very excited for the access that comes with these events and all the things that we have going down in the next couple of weeks, and also in October for our next Collabs International.
All right. So Deana, I'm sitting here. I don't know if you can see how much I'm smiling because you are dropping gold right now. And I'm writing down, okay, I hope everybody's listening. The importance of good information from people who have been there, done that.
Yeah.
The importance of fresh ideas, right? The importance of implementation. You know, what's my next best step?
That's
information, ideas, implementation. These are the things that access gives you. And I love how you so succinctly just wrap that in a bow. That is a gift for everybody watching.
It's a gift. It's
Thank
a gift.
you.
This series is all about gifts. So this is a gift for you.
It is. It is. So I have something else that I want to throw in here. I know I'm kind of looking at time, trying to manage my time here. Like I said, I could go all day with you.
I know we got Crystal coming up though, and you know we don't want pow pows.
I know, no pow pow. Exactly. So here's what I want to wrap up with is that, you know, I've been fortunate to do some team building things to try to, you know, build people, build teams and help people connect and everything else. And one of the things that I share with people are 3, what I'm going to call power principles that are connection principles with people. And it's very simply, it's the care principle, the understanding principle, and the cooperation principle. Okay. The care principle is that nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care.
That's right.
Understanding principle is seek to understand before being understood.
Yes.
Right. And the cooperation principle is to the degree that you give others what they need, they will give you what you need.
I love that.
Now, the reason I share that is because when I think about those principles, I'm like, oh my gosh, Deana has this mastered because these 3 principles are infused in every single thing she does.
Thank you.
I would just love for you to speak to that. How did you do this? Like what is going on? Like, how did you figure out how to put these things together?
Yeah. First, Doug, I tell you, I just appreciate you. I really, really do, Doug. I do, because I know that I know who you are, and I just appreciate your authenticity and how you show up for people. So I want to definitely say that.
Thank you.
You know, for me, in my life, I've always been the person that has seen the opportunity and seen what is possible. And I've always been the person who, I was never the fastest. I was never the smartest. But you could not out connect me. You could not out connect me because I wasn't the fastest or the smartest. I always felt it imperatively important to be surrounded by the fastest and the smartest. And I knew that those people needed to know each other and needed to connect to each other. And in my life, I just felt like that was something that I did organically. But it wasn't until I experienced probably the biggest crisis of my life that I really began to understand the value and the true gift of collaboration and bringing people together who have different skills and expertise to achieve a common goal. And those of you who know me or have heard my story might know that I'm referring to my triumph over breast cancer while pregnant with my daughter, Aubrey. Who the interesting part of it is that today is March 21st, and I was actually diagnosed on March 23rd, 2016, while I was pregnant with Aubrey, and have been in remission now for 7 years.
That is so awesome, Deana.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the thing about that situation for me that really is the impetus of all of this was that was a point in time when you think about like being down and out, right? Like not knowing what's going to happen next. That was a point at which I really truly had to lean into the power of collaboration. I had to lean into the idea that I did not have all the answers, but also not be paralyzed by it. I had to find a way to be able to create a path forward by really bringing in different experts, really bringing in people that were better at me than things, and actually rejoicing in the fact that I could find people that were better at me than things. And that's where all of this was born. When I had to look at finding all these different people to bring them all together.
Yeah.
To be able to accomplish a shared goal, even if they had competing priorities, right? So that's where it came from, really and truly.
Okay. So what you're really saying is that you took something that was extremely difficult to go through, and not only did you conquer it yourself, but you conquered it in a way that turned it into a gift for all of us to benefit from. Do you realize how amazing you are, Deana Jean?
I realize that I surround myself with amazing people that allow me to be the best version of who I am. And I hope and I endeavor that that is what the Success Tribe Network embodies for every single person. And what I will give myself credit for is the gift of connection that allows for me to attract people like you, who are the absolute best at what they do. And that happens time and time and time again in the Success Tribe Network. So that I will take credit for. And if you are watching this and you're saying, that's the type of energy that I need in my life. I need more Dougs in my life. I need more Alekas in my life. You're about to hear from Crystal. I need more Crystals in my life. Then you should join us because we have a pretty amazing community.
I love this. Thank you so much, Deana, for your time.
Thank you.
You inspire me. You inspire everybody on here. And I had literal chills when you said, you cannot out-connect me. Did you have chills, Ileka?
Oh, I definitely had chills. And so did the entire chat on YouTube and Facebook.
Ileka was like, I was in multiple places.
People were like, undefeated connector. Oh my goodness. Wow. Amazing. Like, it was all types of stuff coming up. Incredible. Incredible.
Thank y'all.
That was awesome. Thank you for the opportunity, Deana. This was so much fun, and I cannot wait to do it again. Okay.
I can't either. Y'all, please give it up for Doug in the chat. Please, please, please. Thank you so much, Doug. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Doug. So good to see you. All right. Oh, that was incredible. Like, I'm so serious. Yes. And you like you too. What I love about when Doug interviews you is because I've had Doug's interviewed me a few times too. There was a time when I was really down, just having a really tough time. Right. And Doug came in, he's like, Ileka, let's go live. I'm going to interview you live. Right. Wow. And I was like, Doug, I feel like I'm a mess right now.
This is not the time when I want to be the paparazzi. Right.
He's like, let's do it. And it was like, what's really cool is he brings out things that we don't tend to talk about ourselves. Like even somebody like, me, that people think, oh, Ileka will go and talk, right? We don't, and you definitely don't. We don't ever highlight those amazing things that others see. And so many of us see incredible things in you and what you've created. Thank you. I can't wait to tell everybody. So if I meet people in the streets, like, oh, do you know Deana Jean? Like, I'm 7. I don't know. No, I'm just playing, but
I'm not ready.
But it's like you're having these conversations and people talk about you. I'll never forget the first collaboration, the first person you connected me with. It was Lauren LC.
Yeah, and
this was before I'd ever met you. I think we might have talked like for 10 minutes one time on a chat.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you got to connect to Lauren.
Yes, exactly. And we still talk multiple times a week to this day.
She's so good.
Yeah, we're still very connected. It was a perfect alignment. So it was like, and you're always thinking of how people can work together and create collaboration that really gets to be successful and really gets to work. So
all right, we're getting off of me now. We're getting off of me. Listen, I appreciate that so much, but this is what I have to tell you. I could not even begin to conceive of doing any of this without my right, left hand, my right foot, my left foot, my eyes, my ears. Y'all, my very first hire. She can never, ever, ever leave me. I don't care how busy she gets. She's just gonna have to let the rest of y'all go. Y'all, please give it up for my OBD with OCD. Crystal Clear Action, Crystal Vasquez.
Yes.
Hey! What a beautiful intro.
Crystal, you're amazing. I'm not even gonna cut into your time. Listen, everybody that I introduced Crystal to, they end up hiring her. That's all you need to know.
100%.
Y'all, like Ileka, like
like Lisa, like Fire Savvy,
everybody.
Exactly.
Right? So, Crystal, what are you gonna talk to us about today?
Today, I'm going to talk to you about stop doing it all, the stress-free path to abundance through outsourcing.
All right. Ileka, let's just let it go.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
All right. I am so excited to be here today. Yes, I am Crystal of Crystal Clear Action, your favorite OBD with OCD. And that is an online business director that is obsessed with the details and organization. And so, as I mentioned, this is going to be our topic. Stop doing it all. The stress-free path to abundance through outsourcing. And so let me tell you exactly who we serve and what we do to give you a better idea. So at Crystal Clear Action, we work with coaches and consultants, small business owners to streamline operations so that the CEO can be the true visionary leader within their industry.
And so some of my background is I do have a master's in organizational leadership. Whoop, whoop. I also have over a decade of experience in leadership and operations. And I also served on a nonprofit board of directors as the National Director of Operations and the Vice President of Internal Affairs. And so what I want you to do as we're about to dig in is literally grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, because we're going to be actionable. Like, I want you to leave here literally being able to implement exactly what we talk about. So I'm prepping you from now to get that paper and to get that pen so that you're ready when we get there with the 3 secrets that I'm going to be sharing with you. And so look, I know that you are a powerhouse. I know that you're a badass. Are you a badass? Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. I am a badass. Because as business leaders, we pour our hearts, we pour our souls, everything goes into our business, right? Your business is your baby. I know. And you probably started or you're wearing all the hats right now. Are you the CEO? Are you the CMO? Are you the CFO? Are you also the graphic designer, the copywriter, the funnel builder? I mean, come on. Like, I know. Is that you? Let me know. Drop a me in the chat if that is you wearing all the hats. And it can be very overwhelming, especially when you're looking to scale and grow your business. Okay, I'm gonna make the slide smaller because I want you to focus on me and I want you to focus on what we are talking about. And very often, due to our nature, right, we have a superhero complex where, you know, many of us, it's been instilled that like we can do it all. We can handle everything. We can be independent. And now I'm asking you to take off that cape. If you want ease and abundance within your business and you want to truly scale and grow, I want you to take off that cape for now and let people lock arms along with you, right? You've seen those superheroes that are like this. Well, let's lock arms, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. And the very first thing is, I know you probably have a list like this for yourself, right? Whether you are planning events, networking, brunches, retreats, this is what your list may look like. You have client onboarding, you have a mastermind, you have a membership. So you're doing event, you're doing marketing, you're doing promotion, you're worried about the client experience, you're handling logistics, you're handling operations, you're doing on-site execution, you're doing post events. Even explaining it all, I'm exhausted saying all that right now. Oh, can I just take a minute to like compliment my earrings real quick? Like, aren't these just so beautiful? I just wanted to stick that in there real quick. I'm going to share the vendor with you right afterwards. And so the first secret that I'm going to share with you on this stress-free path, and let's get that paper and let's get that pen ready, is we're going to write down right now, 5 must-do things that you need to do within your business, okay? 5 things. So off the top of my head, for me, let's just say like it's going to be graphic design, it's going to be social media, it's going to be discovery calls, strategy sessions with my clients. Those are some examples within my business. For you, it can be posting, it can be creating lead magnets. So I want you to take a minute to go ahead and write that down. And why don't you put one of them in the chat, because this is interactive. I am here to help you. I am here to share this knowledge with you. And so even though we're not face to face and I cannot see you, I want to have a conversation with you. So talk to me through the chat and drop one of the things that you know has to be done within your business. And now what I want you to do is look at that list, and I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. The first question is this going to be an income production task for me? Is this going to bring in money for my business? Second, is this task something that is going to help to build relationships, right? Can it be something that can be delegated? And third, we're going to ask, is this something that's going to contribute towards professional development? Okay. And so for me, you heard, let's use graphic design. Okay. So for me, graphic design is not going to bring me income. It's not going to relationship build, and it's not going to enhance my professional development within my business. Now, discovery calls, right? DM outreach, for example, that is something, yes, reach out's perfect, Danielle. That is something that is going to bring income into your business. That's something that is going to bring relationship building. So collaborations, clients, champions, like Deana says, those are the three things that she's always harping on when it comes to relationship building. And then third, is it going to contribute to your professional development? So yeah, the more discovery calls I have, the better I'm going to be at it. So those are the two examples right there. And now what I want you to do is literally grade yourself on a 1 to 10. Okay. So for me, for graphic design, I'm going to give myself, I mean, compared to my graphic designer who does amazing work, I'm like a 0. But in the grand scheme of how Canva has been built these days, I'm going to give myself a 3. So that is my grade that I give myself as far as must do. And you know what? I'm going to change that. I'm going to change it to a 0, because that's not something that I should be doing in my business. And so is that something you should be doing in your business? Now, discovery calls, that's something that I'm going to give a 10, because that's something that I should absolutely be doing in my business. And if you do discovery calls, if you do DM outreach, that's something that absolutely I'm going to put a 10 for myself. So I'd love to hear. So Sadi, you put marketing. I'd love to see what number you gave yourself between 1 to 10. 10 being I absolutely should be doing it, and 1 being I absolutely should not be doing it. So for me, graphic design is a 0 because I absolutely should not be doing it. But outreach is a 10 because I absolutely should be doing it. This is going to help you gain clarity. This is going to help you know where to focus. And so now that you've designated your number next to it, should you or should not be, here's secret number 2. Okay, come lean in so you can hear me real good, okay? Now we're going to focus on your skill level. Because here's the thing. I know you're multi-talented. I know you are. Like, can you do those graphics? Absolutely. Can you write your copy? Can you post? Absolutely, because you are a powerhouse. You are a badass. I know you can. But the question is that the best use of your time? Is that reflective of your skill set? My skill set is in operations. So anything operations related, that's where like I need to be spending my time. So we are now going to grade ourselves on our skill level within the category. So I'm going to go back to graphic design. And so for me, remember, I gave myself a 0 because it's not something that I should be doing. And then when it comes to grading myself from A to F, as far as like, again, compared to my graphic designer, I'm like an F, but I'm going to go ahead and give myself a D. Okay. So in skill level, I'm about a D in graphic design. Now, when it comes to discovery calls, my skill level, I'm going to give myself a B. A- when it comes to discovery calls, because that is my skill. When it comes to building a system or planning a retreat, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a higher grade. When it comes to posting on social media, yeah, can I do it? Or editing videos, right? Because how many of you want to keep with the trends, right? You want to have these master classes, you want to have these information sessions, you want to have that video spliced, right? So that you could put it out there on like YouTube shorts and reels, and you want to be as visible as possible. And you're like, oh my God, how, like, I want to do all that, but how long is that going to take me to do? Do I even want to learn the skills to be able to do that? And so for video editing, I'm also going to give myself like a D minus. That's not my area of expertise. So take a minute to put that skill level grade next to you. Okay. It messes up your focus. Yes, Danielle, because what should you be focusing on? Income production, relationship building, and any sort of professional development that needs to happen. Yes, a dancer. What is your time worth? All right, so now we're going to go into the crystal clear quadrant for outsourcing. Okay, this is going to help you know who to hire, when to hire, and what to give them. Because not only is it about bringing someone onto your team, but it's also about setting them up for success. And this is one way that you can set them up for success so they can literally help you. You want to help them help you, right? You want this ease and abundance. So I'm going to make the quadrant much bigger because I want you to be able to see it. And so our first box is, you know, should be doing, and next to it is shouldn't be doing. And then we have 10 to 1 for the scale. And then on the, depending on where you're looking at it, on the left-hand side, so it took me a second, right? I'm like, righty. On the left-hand side, you're going to put highly skilled and skills you need to work on. So for me, I graded myself with graphic design, right? I put a 0, but 1 is the lowest you can do. So I would go, I hope you can see my mouse. I would go right here to a 1 because that's something that I should not be doing. And then I said my skill level was a D. So I would come down here, and this is the box in which, this is the location in which that task would go, okay? I said discovery calls as my other example. And so I said discovery calls was a 10 because I absolutely should be doing that within my business. And then I said my skill level was a B. So that falls within this box right here. So now I'm going to tell you how to break down the box. And this is super exciting because this is literally how you're going to know who to hire and what to give them. Here we go. You can't see the mouse? Oh, okay, Danielle. Sorry that you cannot see it. I'll just repeat it really quickly. So in the shouldn't be doing box, I have a 1 for graphic design because I shouldn't be doing it. And then I went down to a D for my skill level. So that then puts me in the bottom right-hand quadrant. Okay, bottom right-hand quadrant. Now, discovery calls, again, is a 10 because it's something I need to be doing in my business. And my skill level is a B, so I'm in the top left-hand quadrant. All right, now I'm going to do a little drum roll because I'm going to show you. This is going to be where the magic is. So here we go. Okay. Ta-da! Sorry, I know. I get a little excited over here. I absolutely love this stuff. So the very first quadrant that is going to be in the top left-hand side are things you should be doing and you're highly skilled at. So discovery calls, outreach. I know that Danielle, who is has her Etsy shop, like she makes these amazing, beautiful wreaths. Like those are things she absolutely should be doing and she is skilled at. Then the box directly below it is you should be doing within your business, but the skill needs some work. So you're going to get a coach. You're going to learn the activities like sales, for example. Sales is something that you should be doing. And then if your skill level is lower, that's when you would hire a coach. Like, for example, in Fire Savvy, we have amazing, amazing coaches and mentors like Deana and Chanel, who are our business advisors. Now, in the top quadrant on the right-hand side, those are things you shouldn't be doing, but you're really, 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 really good at. And so that you can teach someone else to do because you have those skill levels. And then the last quadrant is where you need to outsource these activities because it is something that you should not be doing in your business. And it's also something that you do not have the skills. So is that really the best use of your time? Absolutely not when you're looking for ease and abundance to grow your business. And so without the quadrant, I know, I'm going to go back so you can see me. Hi. I know that as a business owner, you are concerned about, controlling your business, because again, this business is your baby. And you're probably thinking, well, if I bring someone on and I hire someone, like, am I going to lose control? Are they going to do it as good as I do it? Okay. No one is you. So no one's going to do things how you do it, but there are experts within their field who can do it either like as good or, depending, sometimes even better. All you really need is for it to be at least 80%. If you focus on that 100, it can be challenging. So you need it to be at least 80%, because things do not have to be perfect. If done is better than perfect. Deanna always says that all the time. Also, can you trust this person you're bringing onto your team? Are they going to be reliable? You're also probably thinking, well, what is this going to cost me? How is this going to impact my revenue within my business? Tell me, are these questions and things that you also think about when you're like, oh, I know that I don't want to wear all the hats. I know that I need help. How long is it going to take me to train this person? Do I even have time to train this person? Those are all things that happen. But with the quadrant, now you actually have the ability to know exactly who to hire and what to give them and what goes off your plate. This is going to increase your efficiency. It's going to be able to increase your focus, your priorities. You're going to be able to have more collaborations, more leverage. That ease and abundance, which is why you're here today to learn about, is going to be flowing into your business. And you're going to start to see that time freedom, and you're going to start to see that peace of mind come in, because you've made that leap. You've made that investment in yourself to bring someone on into your team. And so that is what I wanted to share with you. And so let me tell you how I'm going to help you. Okay. Now, Donna and Chanel are probably here, and they might kill me, but this is what I'm doing for you, because you're a part of the summit, because you came to see our collab queen, Deana, because you're here through Ileka, our wealth business strategist, and you wanted to learn ease and abundance. So here is what I'm going to do for you. Okay. I'm actually offering business operations and outsourcing sessions for free. Did you hear that? Close your ears, Donna and Chanel. Yes, I know, free 99. Listen, this is for a very limited time offer. There's very, very few slots. It's going to be a 30-minute Voxer session in which you're going to be laser focused on your questions, because here, I can't talk to you one-on-one. I could do the best that I can do reading the chat, but I only have a few slots. I'm actually only doing 7 slots for this offer. So I opened up my calendar for next week because I want to help you. I know what it's like. This is my 4th year in business. When I first started, I was wearing all the hats. I was super overwhelmed, juggling a full, how many of you have full-time jobs? Drop job in the chat. You have a full-time job and you have this business that, the business is your hopes, your dreams, your goals, and everything like that. And you're juggling both, and it's really overwhelming. And so in those 30 minutes, we're going to just shoot back and forth. Like, what's your question? How can I help you? And I'm just going to give you all the knowledge in that session. So make sure that you text the number on the screen. Again, first come, first serve. I'm only going to do 7 of these, probably, maybe 5, but I'm going to commit to 7. And again, please take advantage of this opportunity because you're not going to see it again. Yes. So thank you so much for your time. And listen, the last thing I want to say is entrepreneurship is not easy, especially when you are using it to support your family, or you're juggling a job and you have other obligations. So literally, I know that asking for help is hard. It's hard for me, and it's hard for many of us because we've been conditioned to be like the superhero, right? Like we can do everything. But at the end of the day, do you want to achieve those dreams? Do you want to reach those goals? Do you want to scale? Do you want that freedom? Do you want to go on vacation with your family and not be thinking, oh my God, like my emails, my clients, we all know that feeling. And so at Crystal Clear Action, that's what we do. That is our gift. My gift in particular is taking your ideas. I feel like they're bubbles, is how I see them. And while you're talking, I'm like, okay, let me take that. Let me grab that. Let me grab that. Making the plan of action and then having my team implement it. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know.
Look, you ain't gonna get me in trouble because they're gonna be like, Ileka and Deana approve. Nope.
No, I
didn't
ain't
know.
nothing.
They didn't know. They didn't know.
I did not know anything about a free 99 offer.
I fainted. I was off camera, but I fainted. I was like,
That's why it took you so long to come back.
Right. I was like, what?
Listen, y'all get it because Donna might already disabled the link. I don't know.
Right. Y'all better hurry up because you know she a tech whiz. She will go in the background and disable the link.
You get that 404, whatever, 401, whatever. You get this error. Y'all, give it up for Crystal Vasquez. Y'all, what I say, just, y'all, Crystal is the best of the best in all of the things. She's talking to you about her experience. She didn't even talk to you about the fact that she has a master's in what? Organizational leadership, organizational leader. I mean, y'all, right. All the things. Get with Crystal. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And do it before Donna and Chanel disable the link.
Right, exactly.
Look, see, we're going to get in trouble now.
We tried to mute it, but Crystal had the power. You know, we don't know how to mute. Crystal,
I was going to say, Crystal in charge of the whole thing. We couldn't even mute.
Oh my gosh. You guys are hilarious. And I'm really honored to be able to be here today. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I love that you two have come to collaborate. So just a little background for you guys. So Deana told me she was having a summit. So Deana and Ileka I'm fortunate enough to have them as clients and be on their team. And then Ileka says she wants to have a summit. And I'm like, oh shit.
This was like, not me. Y'all not gonna kill me.
When they combined, I was like, phenomenal. Like, first of all, they're two very, very powerful, well-connected people. You know, this is streaming to, you know, a network of over 70,000 people. And so when they bring their power together, it is just amazing. And so my team and I had the chance to work on the behind the scenes for this summit. And then soon we are going to Jamaica in a few weeks. I'm really excited about that. So I just really love what I do. And I feel really blessed to have the clients that I have and be able to work with them.
Crystal, it is all you. Y'all, every automation, every graphic, every admin piece, in addition to her obviously presenting here, it's all her and her team. Yeah. So I know I'm speaking for Ileka.
Yeah, exactly.
We cannot do it without you.
And thank you. You heard me say during my talk, I'm not doing this stuff.
I don't even know.
Right.
I was like, Ileka, how we getting your thing? She was like, ask Crystal. Yes. So y'all, please give it up for Crystal Vasquez. Thank you, Crystal. Yes. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna go head over to our.
Yep, you're gonna go right. See, she already directing us. I'm coming too. I'm coming. So I get a pow. Let's close this out. See you, Crystal.
All right, Crystal.
Wow, what a day! Day 4, Ileka.
Amazing. This has been so good and so strong. And I mean, for Crystal to close us out with those tips, knowing your quadrant is super key, because sometimes people try and outsource before they know where they are and maybe outsourcing the wrong thing. Right?
I experienced it myself. Before I hired Crystal, I had a VA and some other people, and they're like, what you want me to do? I was like, oh, I thought you was going to tell me what to.
Thank you. I had a team of 6. I had a team of 6. And I'm like,
I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. Learn from our mistakes, y'all.
Exactly.
Use the crystal clear quadrant. I'm pretty sure you can't get Crystal because she is booked with our stuff. But you could get the quadrant. Yeah, you can get the quadrant. Exactly. And maybe she got a wait list somewhere. I don't know. I don't know how the wait list is going to work, though, because she's never leaving my team. So I don't know how the wait list is going to work. But, you know, we'll work it out. Day 4 was amazing. Tomorrow's the final day of the expert series. If you're watching and you're like, day 4, it's lit. What have I been missing? Roll it back. Go to successtribeexpertseries.com. And then you can jump into the group where you can stream the first 3 days, as well as anything that you missed here. And you're not just streaming the first 3 days. You're also getting all of the offers, because remember, Ileka, every single person has made an offer that is a no-brainer offer for this audience, right? Also, if you're not part of the Success Tribe network yet, and you need a guest pass, a one-time guest pass, remember, all of our speakers are going to be in our next collab session. They're going to be in our collab sessions for the next 30 days. You can ask some questions.
You can get connected, right?
You can get connected to access. That's what we talked about, right? So definitely make sure that you do that. And then come tomorrow to round us out. Who do we have tomorrow?
Tomorrow, well, you know who we have hosting tomorrow. I'm so excited. We have Chanel Evans.
Oh, snap. Fire 7 in the house. Chanel Evans is hosting tomorrow. Hella extra. She's going to bring the fire. So Chanel is hosting tomorrow. That's going to be amazing.
Absolutely. So you know she's going to be bringing it.
Absolutely. Right? She's going to be killing it. And then we got Kendra is going to be from Kendra and Kelly, right?
Kendra and Kelly, yep.
Lucy Leadership Project. She's going to be here talking about leadership, avoiding burnout. We have Alana who's going to be here. She actually got connected to us from the Real Sisters Rising Women Business Association with Shoshana. And then we are closing it out with Jackie Noki.
Jackie, oh my gosh.
She's so
Y'all
good.
Get ready for this. Get ready for this.
So good. I can't believe we got all these people that are just so amazing.
Absolutely.
That we were able to bring them in to do these sessions. Y'all, please take advantage of this. Tag some people who need to be here. Tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, from 12 to 2. And we'll see you there.
Exactly. And go to successtribeexpertseries.com because then you'll get notified tomorrow. Because we know people are busy, right? And they'll forget. Get on there, successtribeexpertseries.com, and get notified because we are literally $1 million strategies in here.
We're
giving it away this week, right?
Giving it away.
Giving away often.
Giving it away. And even if for some reason you can't be with us tomorrow from 12 to 2, when you register at successtribeexpertseries.com, you're in the group so you can binge it over the weekend.
Exactly.
Because the stream is going to be available through next week inside of the group, but you can't get in there unless you go to successtribeexpertseries.com. So do that.
What's that? Yep. Game changer.
Do that. All right. Ileka, thank you so much. Again, you're amazing. Y'all give it up for Ileka Falette.
Yes.
Make sure to connect with her. And we'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.